Hey guys, so I know it's been a while since I uploaded. It's been a month apparently, so I'm so sorry about that. I've been quite busy with like my business and stuff like that. By the way, please visit my business's social media websites like my Facebook, which is my Facebook page, which is Kawaii Baked Treats, and Instagram, which is Kawaii underscore Baked Treats. Please give them a follow or like a like. I'd really appreciate that. Thanks. So, um, looking at my saves. I already have two of Sayori's CGs, and then I already completed Yuri and Natsuki's CGs since I am going down Sayori's route, and I do want to get the happy ending, the one where we get Dan Salvato's note at the end. So yeah, apparently we stopped at poem sharing. I think this is day 3. And wow. I know we're already close to Sayori's you know what, but okay, so did Sayori leave? Oh yeah. Yeah. This is when Sayori already left, so we have Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica left to share with. So let's go with Monica. Hi, Ruth. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. What? It would also make me happy to see. Ahaha! Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Ladots. Ahaha! It's kind of funny. How so? Monica's like totally dissing Ruth's poem right now. To be fair, how can you not like diss someone's poem when they're literally just random words that don't make sense? Like they had no connection to each other whatsoever, other than you choosing words that you know your favorite Doki likes. But other than that, they don't have any connections whatsoever. No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together again. I see. That reminds me about how Sayori's been a little bit off today. Yeah? Did she tell you something? Ah. Well, Ruth, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? I mean, honestly speaking, if I were given the chance, I totally would. But, you know, this game is like programmed in a way where the closest thing I can do to flirting with her is fixing her blazer, removing a toothpaste stain from her collar, fixing her hair, giving her like the cold apple juice bottle when she bumped her head on one of the shelves. Oh, and choosing her words. But that's the closest thing I can do to flirting. Like, I can't really say something like, "You look really cute today, Sayori." Of course not! I've been treating her like I always do. Alright. Just making sure. I know how much you care about her. Yes, I do care about her, Monica. What are you trying to say? It would be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Dots. Well, never mind. This really isn't the time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Or is it twilight sky? I don't know. Until one day, the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more. Gentle as a feather. A dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger. The hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I notice. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Let's go with Natsuki next. Dots. This one's... Oh, sorry. This one's alright. Alright. Well, Yeah, about as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Eh? No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? That's... It's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Gah! Gah! Oh, sorry, that was me. Gah! Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Damn. Oh? Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? That seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing even happened. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today, I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach. So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with the message later? Yeah, well, it's only because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing. She wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it or whatever. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic and trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Ooh, so she admits that it was to impress her? Is this the ship confirmed? I'm just kidding. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Last but not least, we have Yuri. Dots. I see. I think you're improving at writing in general, Ruth. But I can't help but feel a little bit foolish. Eh? What for? Just, I feel like I kept trying to offer advice, when it should have been clear to me that you prefer a different writing style. So is this some kind of like guilt-tripping bullshit? I'm sorry. I probably just sounded arrogant. I'm so stupid. Yuri, that's a little... No, you don't understand. I spent so much time worrying about what's better and what's worse. Not just with you, but Natsuki and Sayori. It's obvious now why nobody has fun when talking to me. And because of that, I'll just keep my mouth shut about your poem. Dots. Yuri buries her head into her arms on her desk. That's not the first time I've seen her do that. I don't think it's ever as bad as you make it sound in your head. Dots. I think if people really didn't like talking to you, then it would be a lot more obvious. I know that you like to read deeply into things, but some things are just worth taking at face value. I've gotten so used to it, and it's hard for me to comprehend any other possibility. Gotten used to what? Reading deeply into things? Being disliked. Yuri? What am I saying? I'm sorry. I never meant to bring things up. This up. Yuri turns away from me. You should go. Eh? Please. Please don't look at me right now. I want to do some thinking. Are you sure? Yuri nods. Alright. I leave Yuri be. Comforting or reassuring her is nearly impossible as it is. So when she wants to be alone, I think anything I say could only make things worse. I feel bad, but thankfully she doesn't take it out on me. I'll wait until she's feeling a little bit better. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out...
Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now?
Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club.
Oh, because she didn't say okay, everyone?
Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase.
Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen.
Could this technically mean that Yuri is also, like, somewhat, like, self-aware of what's happening? I mean, like, at some point, since, like, if you delete Monica, then all of a sudden Sayori is also self-aware. And, I suppose you can make that, like, theory with Yuri and Natsuki as well. Like, if you delete both Sayori and Monica, then eventually Natsuki and Yuri will also be, like, self-aware that they're in the game and stuff like that. But at this point of the game, couldn't you technically say that Yuri is also somewhat self-aware, since, you know, she says something like this? Like, she feels the stagnating air or something like that. I don't know. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here.
Ah, it seems you're right.
Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee.
Natsuki, please show some decency.
Oh, come on!
She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early.
Is that so? I hope she's alright.
Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey.
No! First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Who? That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. Sure, Monica, sure. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend.
I already know what I'm doing.
That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes, but we might need a lot of them and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki?
Challenge accepted.
And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. Are they gonna use like Canva or something? Not that I have anything against Canva. Like, I use Canva a lot. You know, it's just like something to think about. And as for Yuri, Yuri, you can guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? That sounds so mean. What the fudge? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Now Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. Ah, that may be the case. But if I can't be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know. So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. Yeah, you know that thing that surrounds the earth? I love that atmosphere, you know? Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Ruth, the one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? Well, duh, MC. This is a technically kind of sort of dating love simulation thing after all. How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help.
Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you wouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway, and you shouldn't be. Natsuki's
Natsuki's trying to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Ruth may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations.
Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway?
Well, that depends on what kind of decorations, but you know.
Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Ruth to...
What are you saying?
It will be extremely meticulous work.
And baking isn't? Just what do you think?
Guys. Let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Ruth to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in...
You literally just said...
I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though.
Jeez. Can we just settle this already?
Yeah. Ruth, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I'm going to go with... God, if only Sayori or Monica were actually an option. I mean, like, it's true that we've already, like, spent a lot of time with Yuri and Natsuki. So I wish at least this part, they would allow us to work with Monica or Sayori. But, you know, just because why not? I'm going to click Monica first because even though I know that that's not really gonna do anything. Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monica. Yay, you picked me.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Monica, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us.
Which is true because she already has Sayori. Plus, they're going to be doing this via, like, digital means, so... But I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But Ruth was the one who...
That doesn't matter. You were the one who scared them into picking you in the first place.
Not really, but...
You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club.
Monica, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives.
Excuse me?
Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place. That's completely false, Monica.
Yeah, we have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do as good of a job if you make us work alone.
Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. I mean, all of this was Monica's fault in the first place because she was, you know, like, tampering with their code and making them like this. So really, she's just arguing with what is basically her fault in the first place. That's all on Monica, honestly. If we want if we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources.
So are you going to do the right thing, President?
Okay. I get it. It's technically most logical for Ruth to help one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do. Do you have a preference, Ruth? I'd really love to help Monica at this time just so that... Okay, so I'm just saying, my second favorite Doki always changes all the time. My favorite, like my top most favorite is always going to be Sayori, but my second changes all the time, and right now it's Monica. So I wish, even though Monica doesn't have like a route for herself specifically, I wish this one actually gave her a route. Like I could at least help her with the pamphlets, and then Sayori would be made to help
either Yuri or Natsuki. Or like all three of them could meet up in one place and they could like help each other with their tasks. But you know, this game was made to be destroyed, and we get trapped in the classroom with Monica and she does her final monologue and that's kind of stuff. So anyway, do you have a preference, Ruth? I guess I'm going with Natsuki. Because I love baking. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. It definitely needs 2 people. In fact, if it was possible for more than 2 people, that would make it so much easier actually.
Don't worry. Baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree.
Eh? Just a minute ago you were saying that.
That's because... Never mind, okay?
Well, anyway, you'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it after all. That's good. Even though Yuri is being melodramatic, it's a little hard to not feel bad.
So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about?
No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited?
Yes! Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome.
I don't think that really counts. What about you, Ruth? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. And that's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri?
She's still sulking.
Natsuki starts pouting too.
It's not that big of a deal or anything.
Well, it might not be just that. I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help.
That doesn't mean...
Ooh. Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression.
Look!
Natsuki goes over and puts her hands down on Yuri's shoulders.
Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. And you're going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too. But you're gonna make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit.
Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction. You didn't really mean that, did you?
Not really, but...
Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki of all people to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make it a really great event.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out.
Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so...
Fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. They start to follow Monica and Yuri out of the door as they chat between each other.
Where are you going?
Eh?
We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized that you didn't even have a way to contact me.
Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind.
Geez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You'd better not make it weird or anything.
Why would I do that?
Natsuki gives me her number. Okay, I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients.
Wait, you're coming to my house?
Well, yeah. What's wrong with that?
I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house.
Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over my house.
I love how she acknowledges that I'm a guy. My gender fluid heart is so happy.
My dad would kill me.
Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me.
Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just needed to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over.
Alright, fine by me.
Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. So you better look forward to it.
Oh? Didn't you say you were going to give me the dirty work?
Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could act like... It's not like I could act like in front of everyone. That I was looking forward to this.
Wait, really?
Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before.
You know, baking with someone is actually really fun. Like, if you bake by yourself, it's kind of like, it makes, like, this is my opinion. Like, if I bake by myself, it's kind of rewarding because, like, hey, I did all of this by myself, so I'm proud of it. But at the same time, it's nice to have, like, someone else's company while you're baking, and it makes the task overall easier. Like, if you have to mix the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients separately before you combine them, then you can have one person doing the dry ingredients, one person doing the wet ingredients, and someone who, I don't know, like, cleans up the used baking tools. That would make the task so much easier and quicker to do. But anyway, I digress.
That's all it is, so...
Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday.
Ah. Never mind.